Welcome, science teachers, to the Central High School Summer Program Science Section 4 Professional Learning Session, CHSSP. Go Summer. This is the content, specifics, and reminders for our summer courses. So that's if you're teaching biology, honors biology, chemistry, honors chemistry, or physics, or honors physics. The outcomes for Section 4 of your training, which I hope you've had a wonderful training experience thus far in the Edmentum course modules. And let me know if you haven't. Feel free to submit a Google review. By the end of this section, participants will receive important administrative reminders, review the specific pieces of an Edmentum science course, and identify built-in resources and accessibility tools that will support students who require accommodations, and really that will support all students. And then we'll take a look at Edmentum together. Here's a reminder about our session schedules for science courses. We have Session 1 running from June 28th to July 18th, Session 2, July 20th to August 8th, short break in between. The time slots for science courses, we have the early time, 9:15 to 10:30 a.m., and the late time from 3:30 to 4:45 p.m. Those are the times, and they cannot be changed. They are locked in for these science courses. To help you through your teaching journey this summer, whether you have done this before for CHSSP or you're brand new at it, we will be offering science office hours for teacher support this year. So if you have questions about something, if you are struggling to get through a week of content and need some support, if you just want to say hello, you can come on by to our office hours. And that will be on really, you can email to schedule any days that you need support or any questions that you have. Feel free to email your central teacher leaders. I'll show you contact information just the next slide. But Mondays, we'll offer an early slot, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. be available during that hour. Also on Thursday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So if you're looking for an early time before your course meets at that 9:15 slot, you can stop on by. And then also on Tuesday and Thursday, we have an afternoon slot, Tuesday 1 to 2, Thursday 12 to 1. A little bit variant in time to just give people flexibility in different schedules. And again, you can email us and we will help you through it. The Zoom info is right there. We're going to send the link via email, but meeting ID and passcode is science. And there's that contact information I mentioned. And please, 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 some Zoom reminders, those administrative reminders. Be sure to provide your Zoom links by June 26th. That is to students and, of course, families along with those students. But also report them centrally to your teacher leaders. And you're also going to add us as alternate hosts to your Zoom meetings. So when you go and set those up for your students, there's a section for alternative or alternate co-hosts. You will add Natasha and myself, Matthew, and that's kind of like your built-in sub-plans. If you are late to start your meeting or having a problem that day, can't run your Zoom meeting, and you need us to start it up for you, that's what we can do. Timesheets, another admin reminder sent directly to your assigned timekeeper. Be on the lookout for more details on how to get paid. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty, as they say, whoever they are. Weekly Edmentum units in science. All right, we got a full week here in our physics course, just as a little sample over here. But as you see from our list, This is an entire semester course broken up into 3 parts to cover the 3 weeks of a CHSSP session. Whether that's 1 or 2, it's 3 weeks long, the entire semester into that 3 weeks. If you have seen this before, you're like, okay, it's a lot, but it gets done. And if you're brand new to it, you're probably like, whoa, how the heck is this going to happen? It's going to. These 3 parts are going to make up these kind of week-long units students will complete. And each week it's going to cover various topics. You're going to see all pieces of the MCPS curricula, and you see some similar terminology, especially in some of those titles. But it's going to blend. It's not going to be Unit 1 aligned to Unit 1 in MCPS biology curriculum. It's not how it's going to go. All right, and you can see that here. And what a sample week would look like, and what kind of, the number of topics that would be included. And to continue that further exploration of the science courses, you see here the breakdown, including the weighting, the percentages. Right. We see a discussion, right. Short written assignment, post, review other students' posts, check it out. 10% of the grade. Tutorials and mastery tests make up the bulk of the work students will be doing. It's the fully automated work. We're going to look at it in a sec. Tutorials, the learning modules, if you will, and the mastery tests, those quizzes or exit cards, to checkpoint them along the way. It's going to make up 40 to 55% of the grade. Unit activities or course activities and or Dropbox assignments, aka written tasks, research-based activities, built-in Edmentum activities, and some MCPS-based docs as well. Those are going to make up 10 to 20% of the student's grade. And then each week, students will take a post-test. 3 post-tests are going to make up 25% of the student grade. And a quick look, of course, at NGSS standards and the project-based phenomena that we have grown accustomed to in our MCPS project-based solution-oriented mindset. The science and engineering practices, cross-cutting concepts, your NGSS mode, everything's going to be interwoven throughout the lessons, activities, and assessments. You'll see it all. You will also notice some MCPS project-based activities built into the course, into some courses. But you will not see every single MCPS activity just because of the virtual adaptation and the time it would take to do that. So let's now take a look at resources and accessibility that's available to you as a teacher, but more importantly, your students, to help them navigate their learning, especially in this asynchronous model. Guided notes are available. Comes in through as a fillable PDF. We'll take a look in a second again. And a majority of the science course tutorials. Some might be missing it, but for the most part, biochem and physics have all the guided notes available. Text to speech, multiple modes available. You also can translate text into 19 languages. There's a glossary in majority of the tutorials, a dictionary tool built in, math tools for any of those calculator or graphing needs, and highlighters for note-taking and staying organized. Let's now take a closer look at what this all looks like in Edmentum. All right, sticking with our Honors Physics B course that we saw earlier, we are going to take just a little bit of a deeper dive. You got the student orientation, you've completed that already. It's just part of learning this whole process. But we see the breakdown now. We see it week 1 here. It is a long list of lessons, including a discussion each week, including an activity and that post-test. Week 2, another long list. We see we get here into Earth and earthquakes and how we look to address that. Right? We see an activity we're going to check out in just a moment. We see an overview. It is a long list. It is a full semester, again, broken up into 3 parts. Let's take a look at these pieces. We've already seen a little bit of each of these pieces in earlier sections of your training. So if this is repetitive for you by any means, I think you can just kind of skim through, but just want to make sure we cover all grounds. Don't worry about these target dates. It's only for this demo section. So please just you can ignore that. Discussion. Obviously, short little blurb for students to read. Something about claim, evidence, response a lot of times. It looks much different for students. They are going to see it and have a box to respond. And you will be able to review it. It's all nice and pretty. Let's see. Let's just take a look at thermodynamics, shall we? If we break this down, and when you get into your course, you'll see everything broken out like this already. It's just for sake of screen sharing, it's easier to see all the topics like this. We have a tutorial and a mastery test for every single topic. Those tutorials are the learning modules. You're going to have an objective right away. You're going to have a warm-up typically. Right? You're going to have lots of reading passages. You're going to have some visuals to look at, and you're going to have videos. You're going to have different charts like this just to show a thermodynamic equation here. You're also going to have these little things. All right? Some nice just way to break down a problem, and it takes you through it piece by piece. It's asking you to put in the equation, then solve. Right? It walks you through these types of things. In this physics example, biology might not have the detailed equation-based problems. It'll have more slides on food webs and breaking down food webs, things like that. But just clicking through, we see a lot of different things. We see graphs, we see visuals, see videos that students are going to watch. We also are going to see a lot of activities that students can do. Lesson activities, there's going to be checks for understanding built in as you get through. So tutorials, they're learning. Let's open to show you an activity within there. After they've learned through, they're going to go into a mastery test. That is a 5-question quiz for them to show what they just got from this tutorial. Right? Once they get that done, you've seen in previous videos, they can move on. They've mastered it at an 80%. But they really just need to get that. Let's take a look second long just to see if I can get you a lesson activity and show you that the students are going to get these sample answers. I have ruined this whole video. Yes, I have, because I should have checked this at the beginning. Had my materials prepared like a good teacher. There's a lesson activity going green. But I'm not going to record this again. I'm just going to keep going. Oh yeah. We see here a lesson activity where students can apply what they're learning throughout the tutorials. Students can pop in an answer here and then click submit, and they're going to get a sample answer. Right? So this is more for just practice and completion-based learning. All right. Discussion covered. Tutorials covered, definitely. Mastery tests covered. Unit activities, we see that. We might see a course activity sometimes, depending on the course you're in. Unit activities are great assignments for students to complete and produce something. The unit activities and course activities are completed right in-house and in Mentum. There is usually a rubric. There is multiple tasks. They here need to have multiple written prompts. They will not get these green sample answers. That is a sample answer for you in your grading. That's it. All right, so once they've completed those tasks, they submit and you grade it. Those are unit activities, again, built in, pretty easy that they're inside, housed in the course. Anything that says MCPS on it, right, is going to be one of those Dropbox assignments. Video down below in the Admentum course on how to submit that. All right, some instructions here for your students. You're going to download this here, and once we do that and I open this up, you're going to see that familiar doc, slightly modified for online learning. All right, this is one of those MCPS phenomena, very important to the physics curriculum in understanding climate disruptions and how communities are going to be facing threats. So that wraps up a full course overview, but I did not show the full review of those accessibility tools that are built in to help all of our students. Number one, keep you organized, the table of contents. Number two, you got the guided notes and that glossary here. Let's take a look at the guided notes that fill up a PDF. Only as needed, students are needing that to get through this learning. Dictionary tool right in the platform. Reading tools, slide narration, or click to speak and just click a word. There's that 19 languages to translate, calculator, graphing tools, and we got those highlighter tools all built in. So that's it. You got a lot of accessibility features to show your students and make sure, especially in those accommodated sections, you're pointing those out to make sure your students know about them. That about does it for your science content specific training video here in section 4. Below this, you will see some other resources and links to office hours document and the link to our Zoom, as well as some additional video resources. But of course, if you still have questions, please stop by our Zoom office hours, or of course send us an email. You have our contact information there on the screen. Your two CHSSP science teacher leaders. We wish you best on this journey through summer school, and we will be there every step of the way to help you out.